Hello, Professor. I hope you're doing well. I got my brother Cole with me today. We're going to do our second mock session. So, let me just put this on. All right. Cole, what brings you in today?
Um, Brings me in today. I'm really nervous about this work trip I got going on, and it's giving me some anxiety.
Okay, why is this trip giving you anxiety?
So for one thing, I'm gone for a week,
Okay.
which is a little rough.
All right.
I have to be stuck with this coworker. The coworker's a great dude, like the coworker, but I also I need my me time.
Okay.
Otherwise, I feel like I get sad and shit.
Okay.
However, my biggest concern is that this work trip, I have to condense about 6 weeks worth of training for this new guy down about 4 days. And basically I have to set him free after this week as I have school that's starting.
That's definitely a lot going on. You have your full work week trip, then you have to be time with your coworker, and then you have no time to yourself, and then you are expected, by the sounds of it, to do, what did you say, 4 weeks of 6 weeks of training?
6 weeks of training in 4 days.
In 4 days. Do you think your coworker can handle that, or what's your opinion on that?
I feel like it's unreasonable to ask anyone to absorb 6 weeks of info in 4 days.
All right.
My main problem is that I will teach this guy as much as I can, but I still feel like I'm going to be held responsible for any of his mistakes, despite not being able to do anything about it.
So what does that mean to you to be like responsible for him if he messes up?
Well, I mean, the guy, his previous profession was he was a medical student.
Okay.
And he doesn't know much about our current job. We do wiring for these PLCs, lighting controls, AC unit, duct temperature sensors, all that jazz.
Okay.
And what's it called? I've been doing this stuff for 5 years, so I know how to diagnose issues really quick because I recognize the patterns.
So you're really familiar in this area.
Yeah, and
okay.
he's not. So whenever we have issues with these sites, it's been a lot of me tracking down problems that no one thought about because I can recognize, hey, this thing's not working. It's typically because of this or this. Let's go find those. Well, the building's constructed like this, so it has to be somewhere around here. That's an intuition I've built up, and I can't train someone. I can't train an intuition into some person. And we have a very limited time to work on these sites, and we can't go overtime because then we lose time for the other sites.
So you only have that restricted timetable.
Yeah, and that basically means we don't have a lot of time for errors.
Okay.
And I feel like when he makes errors, it's because I've inadequately trained him.
So do you feel like when he fails, it's a reflection of your training?
Well, in part that.
Okay.
There's an element of he's his own person. He's gonna make his own mistakes. There's only so much I can tell a person and have them actually understand.
Right.
But at the same time, if he's not adequately prepared, I don't think it's fair to blame him when stuff goes sideways.
But it still sounds like if he were to fail, that's a reflection on your abilities.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, so why would that be a reflection of your abilities?
Well, he doesn't have any prerequisite knowledge. I'm the one imparting everything that he knows about the topic. So if I didn't impart all the correct knowledge, then how is he supposed to properly complete the task?
Right, but tell me a little bit more about your role. Are you his designated trainer? Is there another manager? What's happening here?
I mean, I'm the only field tech, so I'm basically a foreman, a tech, and a trainer all in one.
Okay, so you must be feeling really overwhelmed in that case.
No,
I think we're good.
All right, I'm up to the task.
Okay.
I'm up to the task. That's not an issue.
Okay.
The issue is just that I think my bosses have an unrealistic expectation for this new guy.
Okay.
I like the new guy. He does good. We both, we read the same books. He likes Warhammer. I like Warhammer.
Okay.
He's cool.
So have you had previous coworkers where you felt that's relatable to them?
No.
Okay.
My first coworker used a hammer sideways. I didn't even think that was possible.
Okay.
Second coworker was his sister's classmate.
Okay.
He was just a dick, but
okay.
It didn't last long.
So do you feel because you have more of a bond with this person that the stakes are higher?
Well, there's that. I would like
Because
to see
you kind of like him?
I would like to see him succeed.
Okay.
Versus our previous coworkers, and I just think it would be a shame if I didn't prepare him properly, and then say Becky and Cody fired him for it.
So, like, where is Becky and Cody's role in all this? What's their stake in it?
I mean, their stake in it is that if so I'm going back to school.
Right.
I can't go out of state. At least I can't go out of state for a whole week.
Okay.
I could maybe go out of state for like a day or two tops. And we have been tasked by this company to do between 30 and 50 stores to service.
Within a week?
No, not within a week. Within like we do. Where the idea is like we hit 5 stores a week. So ideally this would take like 3 months to do.
Okay.
But if he can't do them, and I can only go up there one day a week, that's like only 1 store a week. 60 stores, 60 weeks. That's like over a year.
Right.
That's not anywhere near what Becky and Cody promised these guys that we're contracted with. And we'll probably lose the contract. And that would suck. That's all money that we invested in training to do this sort of stuff just go all out the window.
So is this training, so you work currently here and you have all these outside contract jobs. Does this training, is it generalizable or is it just locked to one place?
So Becky and Cody get training for like the actual software implementation of the works.
Okay.
I don't directly get training. For me, it's I'm the mechanical problem solver, right? Like for instance, these last units, some guy decided to rip off our controls and just put in a thermostat and call it good. I'm the guy that goes out there and says, "Hey, that's a thermostat, not the controller. We need to rewire it."
So you're the clarifier.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do the behind the scenes stuff. I'm the guy in the middle of it.
The hands-on person.
Yeah. If it's a software issue they can't solve remotely, I go in and fix.
So that must be like a lot of pressure on you then.
Well, not really. I mean, they're supportive when we're out in the field. Like they're fine.
All right.
It's just the pressure that I'm feeling is that I'm gonna have to let this guy go at it alone, and he's only been working for us for like a month.
Ooh.
I didn't do my first out of state job, so I was 5 years in the job.
Okay. So from what I'm hearing is like you have a lot more experience than this guy obviously does.
Yes.
And then you're knowing the gravity of what he's about to walk into.
Yes.
And you're like, oh no, like I don't want you. You don't want to go in too much too fast.
Right, because I feel like if he looks at it, he's like, I can't do anything. I don't understand any of this stuff.
Right.
I've been in that spot.
Right.
That's super frustrating. No one wants to look like an idiot.
Okay.
And this is also just me jumping to the conclusion of what he feels like it would be.
Right.
But the point being, though, is that I don't think anyone should be put in that position.
Right. So, with all that being said, you've been training him, you've been trying to guide him, and it's a big job, by the sounds of it. And, so you have support from you, but then where's the support from Cody and Becky?
Right. Like, for all I know, they're just going like, all right, deep end, bro, just try to figure it out.
But
which they kind of did at the beginning when I was working for them.
Okay.
And I've got the kind of brain to figure that stuff out.
Right.
I don't know if Ty has that.
All right.
And for instance, our previous guy, Nick, the sister's classmate guy, I didn't like him, but they did the exact same thing where they threw him in the deep end without me there, and he lost it and just quit.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you really like this new coworker Ty.
Yeah.
And then you're putting him in a position, or they, your bosses, are putting him in a position of a really overwhelming work.
Yeah.
And you don't want him to go into shutdown.
Yeah.
And if he goes into shutdown, would that be more of a reflection of you or your coworkers? Or of Cody and Becky, would you say?
I would say it's a little bit of a reflection on all of us.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I'm not expecting him to be me, but when that happened to me, I got the problem solved.
Right.
So the reflection on if he goes into shutdown, that's a reflection on his character.
Okay.
But it's also a reflection of, hey, Cody, you pushed him so hard that he felt overwhelmed that way.
Right.
And it's also a reflection on me of he may have not been overwhelmed if I imparted enough knowledge onto him.
But is that feasible for you though?
I think certain elements of it are.
Mm-hmm.
Like troubleshooting, I can give him the concepts. It's up to him to apply it, right?
Right.
If I tell him, hey, this is how a resistivity duct sensor works,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't know how to test the sensor after I've explained how to do all that stuff, or
Right.
there's any other resistivity type sensors,
Mm-hmm.
when he goes to look for that, if he can't apply that, that's on him.
True.
But if it's just, it's different when I say, like, okay, there's a standard thermostat control layout on this AC unit. And they go up there and he's like, there's a red wire, there's a green wire, it goes to this controller I've never seen in my life. That's
Okay.
that's not on him. That's
true.
so.
Mm-hmm. So in those kind of situations, what kind of support would he have if he didn't know what was going on? Can
Well,
he call you, call Becky?
The best solution, well, he can't call Becky because Becky and Cody don't understand any of the tech out there because they only have the software.
Mm.
So it probably come down to he FaceTimes me and I walk him through it
Okay.
as best I can.
Mm. So do you feel like with your relationship that you have with him that he would be honest and be like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, could you help me out?
Oh,
or would
no,
he...
he's already said that multiple times. He's
Okay.
called me for assistance. I'm not worried about him going off to Narnia and doing whatever.
All right.
I'm just worried about him trying different things and then just kind of locking up about it.
Mm.
If
So
that- yeah.
you don't. So what do you mean by locking up about it?
Like if you encounter an issue, so there's only so much I can do over a video, right?
Right.
So if he is encountered an issue where it's like I can't see any physical signs of what's going on,
Mm.
I can only say so much verbally, and maybe he doesn't get all that. Maybe there's something I would see and be able to call immediately, but I wouldn't be able to.
Because you don't see the full picture.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And he judges himself based off like, why can't I solve this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I don't know.
Well, it sounds like he's trying his best and that you're trying your best, and we'll see where we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is our time.